You know how like in One Piece, like you get information on one thing and then it makes you think about something else and then something else and then something else. It's like, what does this mean for this? This is it. Like think about it, right? Vivre cards. Like what are those? Like Vivre cards are essentially an eternal log pose that points to a person, right? So if you put a Vivre card on a spinning needle and, you know, you had it on your wrist like you would a log pose, it would always point to one person. Like think about that. Okay, that's not the point of today's video. That was just an interesting thought. I think I should do those, like just weird One Piece thoughts I have or questions. But today's video is about the races of the One Piece world because that's also an interesting discussion. And I will put, as always, as I do, just a little description of down below of where you should be if you don't want to have spoilers. Hopefully you've checked that. If not, then go do so now. Thanks for doing that. Devil fruits, right? They come from dreams. They come from people's wishes, alternate timelines of how things could have been. And that makes me think about the races of the One Piece world. Because I think immediately when you think of like alternate realities of what people could have been like, I wish I was like this, it's easy to think of Zoans, right? Obviously you have that for like, why would someone want to become a fire person? That's a bit weird. Or, you know, why would someone want to become an operation person? Is that what? Okay, that would be weird. But like, I just think about it for myself, right? And I'm just like, that, like, Zoans are the easiest, right? Because someone would be like, I want to be like a tiger or like a leopard or giraffe or an elephant. But that also makes me think we have stuff like the mink, right? A person who is a leopard or a giraffe or a tiger. We've seen these characters. And so it makes me wonder, like, is there something there explaining the different races of the One Piece world? Because keep in mind that it's not... The races of the One Piece world are called races. They're not called other species of animals that exist. They're not called other kinds of creatures that exist. They're called races of people, right? So that makes me think, why are they races, right? So it's almost like, you know, just like Vegapunk explained when he was talking about devil fruits, that humanity underwent different avenues. And that's why we have different races. Because in a sense, like all the races, by disposition, of course, there's a lot of hard work that characters put in, by disposition, are stronger than humans. In Arlong Park, Arlong was, you know, talking all about how humans are inferior. Fishermen can breathe in the water. They're just naturally stronger. You've got giants that are just bigger and stronger humans. You've got long-armed tribe with like 2 elbows so they can like reach further, do more. Long legs have longer legs. Tontatas, despite being so small, they were able to carry Zoro and run around really fast. I did talk about fishermen, didn't I? Sky races have wings. I don't know if that helps them. The Lunarians, let's not even get into that. Like, they just, you know, they're just a whole bunch of like, evolution just did well for them. Okay. One Piece evolution did well for them. But my point is, like, you could argue that by disposition, humans are the weakest. And so every other race in the One Piece world is an evolved version of what humans could have gone down. Right? And that makes me think, like, is there a link between devil fruits and the existence of the different races? Because, I mean, in a sense, if this is like the different avenues humans could have gone down, it makes sense. Like, that's why we have different races of people, like, in our world, right? Not really races in terms of like tracks in which people run, but like races of why we all are the way we are in terms of skin color and stuff like that. It's because of its different paths we went down in history, right? Some people went to live in this side of the world and so now they look like this. And some people lived in that side of the world and so now they look otherwise. So, and it could be the same thing in the One Piece world, but it could be science. I'm not sure. Because the thought I'm having, right? It kind of goes a bit more than just into what could have happened over thousands of years in the One Piece world. The idea of science creating something and potentially devil fruits, the real devil fruits still being failures of what was achieved by creating the different races of the One Piece world. right? A more natural form of it, a better form in which you're not just limited to not swimming in the water, because everyone can swim in the water unless you have a devil fruit, but everyone else has the ability to learn. So devil fruits are a failure in that regard, that nature rejects them. They're definitely connected. And if we're going through the fact that they could be from devil fruit science, essentially, then in a sense, mild devil fruits are failures of real devil fruits, which are failures of the different races in the One Piece world. And those could be dreams, right? This could be the manifestation of what raw dreaming power can do in the One Piece world. Not just create devil fruits that are made to, change the entire body into something else, but it's an effect that's, I guess, short lasting in the sense that once you die, that's it. You have the real power of dreams that lasts for generations and changes more than just you, but affects the world and the people around you, right? This is something you can pass on. So it makes sense with inherited wealth. On top of that, I guess it makes more sense. Does it make more sense? Because if the One Piece world is about dreams, right? And this is why I think it potentially could be a science, like a more complete science, because we've just we've also got a revelation that they had an energy source, which is unlike anything in this world. But like a more complete version of this, could be realized in the fact that the sea, which represents the dreams, right? Yasop talks about how the sea called out to him and that's why he left home. That's why he abandoned his family. But thinking about this, right? If the sea and it represents the endless dream, the sea is representing the dreams of people, and the sea wants you to chase your dreams, right? Then devil fruits simply being a version of passing on the dream of someone who came before you, right? Because someone who had this dream a long time ago, you eating their dream. You're living their dream. The sea wants you to chase your own dream. The sea is not going to accept you living someone else's dream, trying to chase someone else's dream. And maybe that's why people can't swim. But whereas when you are in this, I guess, of a different race from the One Piece character, like in the One Piece world, right? It's you. It's you living your life. You choosing what you want to do. Yes, the effects of those who came before you are with you now, but you still have your own dream. You don't inherit those people's will. You inherit the effects of them achieving their dream, but you chase your own. And it's interesting because then everything would stem from humans. And I do expect that a lot of things will revolve around humans, especially in the past, because it makes sense, right? Maybe humans from dreaming that they wanted to become stronger, better swimmers, better flying, better at this, better at that. That created the different races in the One Piece world. Because even a lot of the ones that seem important to history, Wano is important, filled with humans. I mean, I guess we will see when we get to Elbaf, but so I guess the natural question then, from everything I've said, would be how did these come to exist? Like, how did we get to this point? If it wasn't One Piece evolution, natural evolution, then how did these come to exist and how is it different from regular devil fruit science? Well, that there's no solid answer anyone could have right now, right? Because we don't even know how devil fruit science works, right? Is it like a little bit of, instead of putting sad in the fruits, you put glad in the fruits, and that's why it works better? I don't know. I literally don't know. But what I do think is that we'll once we find out, maybe then it'll be easier to speculate. But I also think the distinct possibility that, it's not something that might be fully explained, just the fact that it's a more natural course of human evolution. It's more natural than somehow eating a fruit. Something to do with, I guess, ideas in One Piece, right? Having a dream and working for it as opposed to simply cooking it up in a lab and gaining the benefits. So I guess somewhere between natural evolution and hard work and the lifestyle thing over the course of years, and between somewhat of a science to get to it. I imagine that somewhere in between is where we'll get to the answer of what they are. But let me know what you think. The races in the One Piece world, are they potential dreams of, what humans had in the past, and they achieved those dreams? Whether it's in the form of being a fishman, in the form of being a Lunarian, in the form of being taller with the long legs, Whether it's in the form of having a greater reach, it's in the form of being giant, being tiny but strong. Let me know what you think. You know, as always, thank you for watching. I don't know. I think I wasted my thought for the video at the beginning with the FIFA cards, but I think I'll be doing it more at the end from now on, right? So this time I got nothing. I used it up, but stay tuned. Next time we'll ask more weird questions and say more weird facts about the One Piece world. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.